think that's the best part when it goes in that.
I mean, everything about the song is the best part.
Bat out of hell, baby.
If you haven't listened to Meatloaf, you are doing your life a disservice.
Or seen it in Fight Club.
God, it's a great movie. I gotta watch that again. Does it still hold up, you think?
Oh, yeah.
David Lynch did it, right?
Maybe we should start a Fight Club.
First rule about Fight
Forget
Club.
that you heard that. There was no talk here. Shh. If we had one, we would never mention it on a video in front of thousands of people. Never.
Or in front of dozens of people.
Dozens. Fives of people.
NAMM is right around the corner.
Woohoo!
Oh,
I'm just glad that in the world gone crazy, there's one thing that stayed the same, that it's been solid, nothing's changed. Wait.
So NAMM used to be the thing that we looked forward to every year more than anything. It was. It's like pathetic. Yeah. It is like band camp for sex-starved orchestra kids. It's, I don't know. I can make all sorts of weird analogies. I was going to say algorithms. I don't even know what algorithms are. I haven't had math since I was a sophomore in high school. That's pretty much the end of my education system. Yeah. No, it's NAMM's had some struggles over the COVID years.
Yep.
But that's not the main thing we're talking about. It's it's kind of not that. Click like and
we
subscribe.
Don't know.
Bells.
Hit the
all
bell.
that stuff.
Hit the
bells.
bell.
Bells.
The NAMM bell.
The NAMM bell. No,
Ding.
it's No. So they've been trying to restructure, save everything, figure it out, and they're trying really hard.
Yes.
The NAMM board works their tails off to get this figured out. They've listened to lots of people, like I'm going to dare say the wrong people about how to schedule it. And now that NAMM is going to be this summer in Anaheim, and then the next year it's going to roll out in April in Anaheim, and then 2024 we're finally going to come back to January in Anaheim.
Maybe, assuming it doesn't change again. Right?
It might. Monkeypox is around the corner.
God.
And so I don't know. I was going to say some dumb jellyfish joke, but I don't even know. Man of war fever. Who knows? Yeah. But does it matter? Does anyone care anymore?
No. I'm going to go with no.
You don't think so?
I'm going to go with a no, sadly.
I think people could again, though. It's just, but the problem is it's not NAMM's fault in that respect. They've listened to the wrong people about the spacing and when they're doing it. They should have just gone back to the normal routine.
Well,
that was step one.
I think that a lot of who NAMM matters to now, it's the guitar nerds, the fans who want to see these product cycles roll out, right? And it matters to guys like us who like to go and the nostalgia of seeing our friends, and we've gotten where we have friends in the industry, and we want to hang out and we want to get drunk with them and all those sort of things. You know what I mean? So, but it doesn't matter in the way that we need to go and make orders for the year.
It does.
I mean, it does.
No, it does. This is where I'm going to argue, and this is my main problem. It's not NAMM's fault. It's the manufacturer's fault for not being there.
That's true.
And there's some major ones, Fender included, that chose not to go to NAMM. PRS is not going to NAMM. They released reasons why. Everybody sort of did. A lot of my favorite small manufacturers aren't going either, but they don't matter as much as the big boys not showing.
Well, I mean, there was something magical about going to the Fender event at NAMM where you get to see all these amazing custom shops.
It is the most magical part of NAMM.
But do you think once COVID happened, right? Which is, that's not Fender's fault. That's not anyone's fault. And the sort of Fender started COVID. Oh God, no, they did not.
Now
that
we're
was
flagged.
a joke.
Great job.
That's right. We're totally flagged. That's it. Order your Fenders from us now. We won't be doing
not that. We're not flagged from Fender. We're flagged from the YouTube thing as far as you can't talk about we can't say the C word that many times. Or
fine. They don't know. They don't watch us. We're not that important. Anyways,
it's an algorithm.
But I just think that's one of those things that once it comes out of the bottle, you can't put it back in. Once people have we can order digitally, we can do it online.
Well, that's the way it works for dealers
I just don't think
now.
you can go back.
It's shifted to where we have our NAMM sort of events, and then the NAMM Custom Shop event is all digital. Right. And it's fun. We still enjoy it, but it's not. I mean, it's fun in the way that
it's not really.
It's fun in the way that VR sex is fun, probably compared to the real thing. Maybe I don't know. It's just it's cool.
I never had the real thing. I'm just kidding. Sorry, that's not true. I have children. I think.
Yeah, they might not be yours.
They
seem intelligent. Okay, maybe not. People ask about my kids. I'm like, I got one smart one. They're like, wait, which one am I on? It's clear once you meet them. I have 3. There's the smart one. Here's the other ones. No, it's
I mean, it's just like people working from home. People don't want to go back to the office, right?
And
I think a lot of companies
with that,
I am too.
In some ways, I think that's okay, but it's not about NAMM shows. This one thing. This is the catch for dealers. when I go to NAMM and I'm walking through with Frank, my rep, who I love at Fender, I'm going to go buy all sorts of trash I don't need.
That's true.
I'm walking around, it's like, give me 5 of those, give me 10 of those, give me 2 of those, give me 1 of those, as far as like just the production stuff.
And then we're like, God, why did we order this?
I was like, oh, God, I did the Screamadelica one just for shits and giggles anyway. That thing is so ugly, but I love it.
But you're way less likely to order that stuff when you're like, because you're like, I don't need that. You know
I mean, like, well,
you're
I
in like
sort of,
sensible mode.
Yeah, it's you're at home. You can think about it. You're at the event. It's like being at the horse races. Yeah, I'm gonna gamble.
You're like, hell, roll the dice.
Go,
do it.
I'm in. No, it is. You're at an event. It's like being at the auction. You buy. You're in Vegas. You gamble. It's being at the NAMM show. You buy guitars and you buy lots of guitars for the shop that you might not make good choices. And I think that's where the manufacturer's goofing up, and they're goofing up by not doing it for the little cats.
It really hurts the new up and coming companies, right? Who want their dream is to go to NAMM and have a booth and show their stuff, and maybe that's not the way it works anymore. Just like record labels.
Then it has a chance for like shops like ours and shops just like Music Villa. Day 2 of wearing them, not stinky yet. Yeah, okay. But it helps like us discover these new manufacturers.
That's true.
And new makers, like that's what.
I mean, we wouldn't be a Magnetone dealer. That's literally, we walked around the corner and we're like, oh yeah, we should play all these amps.
I know, it's like, I've wanted them since my first NAMM years back. And I was like, they're just too fancy pants.
But that's what sold it, right? Like we literally were like, oh God, we should.
I was like, oh my God, they're back. And
plugged in and.
Then Supra when they came back, and then when they kind of went away again. And then they sort of back.
Yeah.
But no, it's like, it is. And like, you go by the 2-Rock thing, you're like, oh my God, and I was sitting there hanging out with like Eli from 2-Rock one year, and like, I'm sitting there. Then David Grissom's just over there talking. Yep. I'm like, wow, he looks like a more mature version of me. I like this guy. He's super attractive. I mean, stunning.
So good looking.
It's like Tim Burton, David Grissom, and Baxter. All had a great moment there.
There you go.
No, and then like, but the big boys, like they do lead the way.
Yeah.
And Gibson's showing up again. I don't know what their extent is of showing up. Taylor's showing up hard again. Like Martin's showing up. Martin's not great for like the non-shops really. It's just more of like a medium room area. But like
I feel like Taylor always shows up and does a great thing.
Hard.
And they have their section and
Fender shows hard too when they show up. And the fact that they're in California, just makes me sad. Like we were gonna go out there. Like it just doesn't make sense economically for us to go there when our major manufacturers are not there. Fender and PRS.
I don't think that's true for a lot of, and I think even a lot of the smaller companies aren't going because they got a little burned when they were all set to go in January.
Is Tone Tuga going?
No, because he was going to go when it was going to be in January.
I forgot.
And he ended up having to cancel hotel rooms and cancel flights, and I think,
you lose money.
You lose money.
And as an independent, we don't have that.
Right.
We don't have that Sims money. I'm throwing
God.
I take that, Justin. They just fly around. They jet set. He has his own jet though. So it's different.
Different class.
Or like Carlos. I was supposed to have dinner with Carlos Romero, my friend from Chuck Levin's, with Don, our Taylor rep, at frickin' Ruth Chris Steakhouse. How often do I go to Ruth Chris? I don't know. I haven't been in 20 years to a Ruth Chris Steakhouse. I had to turn that down just because the flights were too expensive.
Very sad.
Our hotels were cheap, so we booked them way in advance. But we have to cancel all that stuff. Everything. So,
I bet that has a huge impact. On, well, maybe not because it's in but
I mean, it's it's just
whatever.
I still think it matters. Like it's going to matter now, since I think sales in that mid tiers we talked about are slowing up a bit. The manufacturers are going to start to feel this in the pocketbooks with the accordion effect coming in.
I mean, I almost agree with you. I think it maybe should matter. I don't know if it does.
It doesn't matter to them because they've had such gangbusters as we have too.
Right.
Past sort of 2 years has been insane.
But the mess around is like when we need it again, it may not be there.
I think it'll last enough and they'll come back. It just stinks for the guys that are trying to rise up right now too.
Yeah.
And for us is like, and for a lot of other dealers that would go there to discover new brands, or even to like really invest heavily into the brands we love, there is something. I've made serious decision changes and pivots once I had the tactile experience of touching these guitars.
That's true.
Like you read the specs, like this thing is awesome. You touch it, like this is a piece of trash on fire.
And then some of the things you think, I'm not interested in that, you see, and you're like, wow.
This is not a piece of trash.
This is awesome. This is amazing. Yeah.
I've had that before. Like it's completely pivoted. Like I don't think Loudon is really going to show, and they usually have a great booth down in the lower lobby, which is one of the best places.
Like the little hidden gems. Yeah.
Like it's down next to Collings, and there's always cool like weird manufacturers are sort of surrounding them.
Yep.
That's where you find the best stuff.
True.
They're like this little oasis around weirdness surrounding them. But I don't think they're showing guitars. I don't know if Turok's going this year. Magnetone's not going. It's a shame, you know.
I mean, we'll be interested to see the shops that our friends that do go, what it's going to be like. Because it was weird the last one we went to in Nashville.
It was not weird. It was horrible.
It was pretty horrible.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
But that was sort of like everybody's just coming out of the whole thing, I guess, and.
We expected that one to be weird, right? A little bit.
It was. I didn't expect it to be that bad. Like that said, like I'm never going to Summer NAMM again. That's what that showed me.
Yeah.
And then the way that they sort of like cut it a day,
right,
or something, didn't tell the.
Well, I know a lot of the smaller companies were a little upset about that because they didn't cut their cost for the day, right?
They're like, oh, we're going to refund you this. They're like, oh no, or at least like forward it towards the next show.
Something, right? Some credit, something. Right?
That's what I would do. But I mean, I get it. The NAMM board was struggling and hurt too.
Yeah.
Like they were financially eviscerated.
Right.
I give them kudos that they have even survived this.
Soldiered on, yeah.
No, because they should have gotten wiped out entirely from just a couple years of nothing. But they're back. It's just it doesn't make sense for a lot of folks to go when the big players don't go.
Yeah.
And so hopefully this isn't like I don't think it's the end. I think this is.
I don't think it's the end. I just think tough times are ahead. Yeah.
I think with the pivot of like the ordering coming in of like not being as strong in that sort of mid-tier range again, it's going to force manufacturers to take a relook at this. We'll see what happens in April of next year. I don't know if the majors will be there for that one either.
I mean, part of me just does not understand. Just reset it, start it fresh. 2023, winter in Anaheim, summer in Nashville, bam.
Or just winter in Anaheim. Or
Summer NAMM is dead to Baxter.
Yeah, I mean that was.
I mean, it was sort of dead to you before.
That just put the death nail in it for me. I was like, I was so irritated.
I just like going to Nashville because it's fun to.
I do like Nashville.
See my folks.
Taylor and I like in a bunch. We've talked about before, like how cool would it be if like they just pivoted all of NAMM to Nashville, and like made that the main show. Like that'd be okay. It's better for music.
Probably closer to a lot of folks. Yeah.
It's closer to a lot of shops. Like most of the shops, it's centrally located. There's a major airport there. The hotels are fantastic. The Jimmy Buffett Hotel. Oh my lord.
It was pretty amazing.
Amazing. Giant sandal sculpture in the lobby. Jimmy Buffett even showed up the night we were there. Weird. Or one of the nights.
And then you go down to Broadway after.
You got a bunch of drunk girls like riding around their bachelorette parties in the drunk trolleys and
getting your pedal tavern thing.
Getting in car crashes. There's that one guy, he crashed and he got in big trouble, I think.
Yeah.
People got hurt.
What are you gonna do?
But I mean, it's funny. It's a drunk trolley. It's like, oh, I got this major wound in a drunk trolley in the year 2022.
Be a good story.
Maybe that'd be neat. Nashville is the NAMM.
I survived the drunk trolley. Yeah.
No, but that could be that could be the only NAMM, like the major one.
I'd be okay with
it. Because you got Martin's closer, Gibson's closer, Fender and Taylor in California, but one of those isn't even going to this one or the last one, or so.
Yeah. Hey.
Maybe.
I like it.
It's kind of neat. Anyway, thoughts, prayers, privileges, ideas, chattel. It's a neat word. I'm gonna go home, I guess. Anything else to add?
I don't think so.
See any movies this week?
Did I see any movies? No, I finished Moon Knight.
How was it?
It was
pretty decent.
Yeah.
I'll watch. I like the actor. He's the guy from.
Yeah, he's good. I enjoyed him a lot in it.
That's the dude from the Man on the High Castle.
Oh yeah.
Isn't it, or is it Poe? It's Man on the High Castle guy, isn't it?
I don't know.
I get those two. Like they look so much alike to me.
He's very good in this though. But either way,
I don't even know now.
But it was good. It was nice. To me, it only matters in the way that it ties into the rest of Phase 4.
Okay, see, I haven't watched any of Phase 4 yet. My kids and I are on the finale, the final stretch of Avengers Endgame right now.
I feel like Doctor Strange is not doing great, so I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet.
I'm gonna have to see it.
I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna see it in the theater.
But I've been watching all of the new Thor trailers.
I haven't watched any of that yet.
There's lots of trailers. A new trailer that just came out.
Is it awesome?
I think it's going to be pretty amazing.
Thor's are some of my favorites of the entire Avengers series.
We're going to get Gore, the God Butcher.
Oh, that sounds like a bad person.
Oh, yes, and he's Christian Bale.
Oh, cool. So he's like sort of like a crazy
He
person
looks
already.
pretty deranged. Yeah, he's an alien who kills gods.
And Thor's a god, right?
And Thor's a god.
So he wants to kill Thor.
He wants to kill Thor.
Just because that's what he does.
That's what he does.
Okay.
Hence his name, the God Butcher.
I could have been a detective. Detective. I couldn't say that word. Well,
I mean, in your defense, he could be the guy that the gods go to for like their premium cuts of meat.
or like he's.
Like you on a nice porterhouse, you're going to Gore.
That's
the
better,
God
than, that's
Butcher.
better than the joke I was going to go. The God Butcher, he's over there. Got to get a card out there. Oh, I'm number 666.
Dang it!
Oh, this is going to be an eternity.
Oh God, we're sorry for subjecting you.
And Derek's like, God, I hate these guys so much. So much. Because he's at the spa right now, so he started working on this one, then he had to leave to go to the spa. He's getting a pedicure and a manicure.
He really needed them.
He calls it a mani.
They were atrocious.
It was. I mean, the pedicure is going to be great, though. I did watch Birdman with Michael Keaton over the weekend, the sort of artsy one.
Have you seen it before? I haven't seen it. No.
No, I finally watched it. I was like, let me just watch it. It got all these Academy Awards. It's actually really good.
Okay.
It's really, and I was like, I'm not, because it's super artsy, sort of you think going in, because it's all one shot.
Oh yeah.
But they've sort of faked it a little bit. You can tell they have a few parts where they can cut.
Right,
Like going to like a black thing, bam, cut from the scene. But the acting's really good. It's making fun of itself for high actors.
Okay.
You know, it's the cast is phenomenal.
I'm cool with that.
The cinematography is outrageous, and and it's got a story. I like how it ends. It's not for a casual viewing experience, but you have to. It's when you sit and you don't watch it in two parts. You watch it.
You got to just sit and like pay attention.
You're gonna,
All right.
Well, you know.
How long is it? 2 hours?
2 hours.
Yeah.
It's not. Avengers Endgame is 3 hours.
long.
I was like, bro, this is gonna take us like we're watching it in 3 or 4 nights. I think.
Yeah. Smart.
And we can't watch it tonight because my wife is going to see the Smashing Pumpkins.
Dang, you guys have been concerted up.
Yeah, she's going out to Greensboro to see the
Smashing Pumpkins.
Then she has Bush around the corner too. The band. So I think that's it. We got to go now. Sorry, we're wasting your time. I'm just getting excited.
I've never seen Smashing Pumpkins live.
I have. I saw one of their last shows before they called it quits.
Good?
But it was amazing.
Okay.
I almost cried at it, but I don't cry because I'm a man.
There was a time in my life where I was a big Smashing Pumpkins fan.
I think they were one of my favorites of that period.
Yeah, I find myself, I don't really, I don't not like them. I just don't.
Well, they just stopped making like great music.
Yeah, it's true.
The music they made. Excuse me, I had to yawn there. Got a little tired there. Late night last night too. All sorts of late nights. That's another night. But anyway, I'm out of here. Thanks for joining us.
We appreciate you hanging out with us as always.
That was fun. I enjoyed that. Even though it was like sort of like a downer thing, it was kind of became fun.
It became fun.
Because the positive is go watch movies. Or just encourage your manufacturers to go like, hey, go to NAMM. Get things back to like, and then like, because I like when normal people can go besides just dealers. It's, if you want to go, contact your dealer friends. Contact them. We can get you in probably.
Don't forget, when you sit on your couch and watch movies, you should be noodling on your unplugged electric guitar. Families love that.
They don't like that.
They love it.
They don't like it. I do sit there and I do this every once in a while. Though. I sit there with
This is just strange.
No, I do. I'll sit there if I'm watching a movie. And I pretend you're my wife. I just deadpan you for a while, and she's like, "God, you're so gross." I'm like, "I'm wearing the finish down on this 1968, 67 Rickenbacker."
Whatever makes you happy. Whatever you gotta do.
It's
Everybody's got their process.
That's how I wear the finish down sometimes.
And their courting rituals. See you next time.